Every person has a responsibility to be a participant in this society and make it a better place for everyone in whatever capacity they can. That's in the words of Megan Rapinoe. Good morning. Anyway, you're listening to us on OGBC 90.5. I welcome you to this edition of Feminine Scope, where we educate and motivate the present generation so that they can also become great in life. We share experiences of great ladies who have really gone through one thing or the other. My name is Toyin Sogbesan. You're free to call me TS. Today will not be different as I have another strong woman in the house. She'll tell us about her experiences as a woman. My guest is Mrs. Justina Orumoh, an educationist. It's nice to have you in our studio.
Thank you very much, ma'am.
You're welcome. So we start from the very basics. We want to know who Justina is. What was life growing up for Justina? Who were your parents? Where were you born? Which schools did you attend? And growing up generally.
Oh, thank you very much, ma'am. As you have said, my name is Orumoh Justina. I want to give thanks to God, the Almighty, the creator of all things, who has counted me worthy to be here this morning. And I want to also say thank you very much, ma'am, for inviting me here. To God the Lord be all the glory in Jesus' name.
Amen.
I would like to tell you a little story about my life while growing up. I attended Army Children's School, Lafenwa, Abeokuta. The school is a public school anyway, and also a secondary school, primary grammar school. That was where I schooled as a student.
Yeah, the Lafenwa axis.
Yes, ma'am. Of course. So I was born into a family of 7 children, and the eldest. While growing up, my parents were hard-working people. Mr. Roland Igbenidu is my father's name. He's from Edo State, and my mother too. My father was a soldier man, but later when he retired, he was a driver. So life was not easy at all while growing up. So we were taught to be hard-working. After school, we have to go hawking. To be able to survive and to pay our school fees. And how much was the school fees then? It was just 35 naira. I observed that before my father could pay this 35 naira, it would be a struggle. So I take it up as a responsibility, because every man has a responsibility to take to achieve whatsoever I want to become in life. After school, I go hawking. I started with pure water. Then we sell pure water with cup from them before they begin to seal the water.
And that one is not pure water, that's ice water.
Ice water then, ma.
You were selling ice
water. So I was selling ice water. From then I moved on
with the same cup. Everybody will be drinking from the same cup.
Yes, so everybody will be drinking from the same cup, or you bring your own plate to turn the water into them.
But you'll be taking it from your bucket.
From my bucket, yes,
my goodness,
to their own cup. So it was not an easy thing at all. And I was old, because in secondary school I was 22 years old then, while I was still in SS3, 22, because life was not easy at all. Sometimes when I was supposed to go to school, I go hawking. So what will I do? But I want to become something in life.
Were you number one?
Yes, I'm the eldest.
Out of how many?
7 children.
7. How many boys, how many girls?
5 boys, 2 girls. So life was not palatable at all. Then what really happened was that after all this, 22 years, 35 naira was not easy to be paid, even as a secondary school student, to be paid by my father. I make up my mind to go into marriage. Though a friend advised me then that why should we? Are we not female? Are we not women? We can use ourselves to sponsor ourselves. But I make up my mind never to do that, because I know it is a sin. So it's better to go into marriage, especially when I met a man in my final year who promised that he will take care of me, that he has seen me as a promising child, and he wants me to go back to school.
Your final year in secondary school. That's what you call it, final year.
Final year. In secondary school.
SS3.
Yes.
Wow. How old were you then?
I was 22 years.
Okay, 22.
Now, instead of me to go out on prostitution, I decided to go for marriage, because the man has already promised me that after we get married, I will go back to school. Wow. So then, life continues. I get married. I gave birth to my first child, my second child, my third child. Then I got a job. I was first of all selling popcorn at Lafenwa market there. From there, I went on working in a school, Comprehensive Children Academy. In that place, I so have interest in school. I developed the interest in school because I wanted to become a nurse. But because life was not palatable at all, no textbook, because my parents could not afford it to buy me the textbook to read. Wow. So I just read whatsoever we are being taught by our teachers in the classroom. You should know that without textbook, it will not be easy at all. That was what I was doing. But at last, I did really do well after the secondary school education. But now I decided to go into marriage. Then from there, inspectors were coming to where I was working at Comprehensive then, and they saw some light in me that this woman will be an asset. She's a born teacher. Why don't my boss encourage me to go back to school?
Your husband did not fulfill his promise?
He too want to fulfill. No, after marriage, he also doesn't really have certificate. We plan that what we will do is that he too want to go to school, I too want to go back to school.
You didn't see all this before you went to marriage. That promise be that
so we now plan that he should go first.
You know what happened? You were so desperate to at least get out of poverty.
Got out of poverty, sir, because he was having a good job then. He was working at Federal College of Education. So I see him say he should go. At least he will use his certificate to upgrade himself because it was a clerk in Federal College of Education. Then after he upgrade himself, it will be easy for me to also go back to school.
It didn't come out as both of you planned.
It didn't come out well. Wow. So he too went at first. He went, he finishes. So it was after he finished, I now later went back to school. But because my certificate was not as that very good when I left the secondary school, I have to start from my career from the scratch. That is from grade 2. So I went back to teacher training college. As my boss have instructed me that Ministry of Education, as they are coming, they are seeing me as somebody who is an asset to this generation, that I should go back to school. Though I was reluctant because I look around, I want to go to school. The financial capability is not easy, and apart from that, I look around that I'm taking care of my children. So how will I be able?
3 then.
I have 3 then. So how will I be able to cope with this circumstance and situation? And apart from that, I just said, my children will do the rest for me, Jared. My children will continue from where I stopped. But my boss never leave me alone. It came to his time, he even told me that if I don't go back to school, he will not increase my salary. And what he did that amazed me was, he put as a teacher in the office of a proprietor, they will write the name of all the teachers and their certificate in front of it. So anybody,
what's a way to encourage you?
To encourage me. So anytime anybody come into the office and they see everybody's name and their certificate, then those that were respecting me before, they will not begin to degrade me. After all, in school sat, I have, even though I've been there before them, they begin to
like
look
that.
down.
I really like that.
So they begin to look down on me. So because of this, I was encouraged to go back to school, as I said. So I now started from teacher training college, from there to Federal College of Education. So I worked in that particular school for 19 good years.
Wow.
Then I was encouraged that I see, so I meet with some proprietors. The way they speak their English, the way they do, I say, if these people can, I can do better than them. So I make up my mind to starting my own school too. Okay. But what really happened was that in my growing up, in my family, 5 boys, 2 girls, we are united, we are one, we love one another. So
despite your background,
despite our background, so one of my brothers struggled. He traveled to Ghana by road, taking the risk for the whole family, like using himself as a sacrifice. That no matter what, because we have really smelled poverty. 7 people living in a room and a parlor. It wasn't easy at all. Father and mother.
9.
Now,
your mother and
7 of us in a room and a parlor, in a face me I blow you type of house. So that was where we are. So this my brother struggle out. His name is Dixie Roland. There he started working for almost 5 years. He cut off from everyone. But we are all praying for him, praying that God, we don't know where this boy is. We don't know what has happened to him. So he was supposed to travel to see my father at Edo State because my father is not based here. So when he traveled, the money my junior brother gave to him to give to my father and mother, it was that money he used to travel to Ghana.
deliver.
So we are looking for him too. So 5 years he cut off from everyone. Though later he came back to tell us the story that he was living in the marketplace. Wow. He was just there and he was working in the seaport where he was carrying his bag of beans with his back. Wow. That he did all that for many years. After some time, when God have helped me to some extent, he now returned back to Nigeria. Yeah. So he returned my mother's money in double, in my father's money double. So he make everybody buy clothes for everyone. Everyone were very, very happy. So from there, I lost my mother. So he came back to Nigeria. We did the burial. After the burial, he traveled out of the country. So when he traveled out, then with one of my junior brother, so they went together to go and hustle. When he came back
country
to Cairo,
okay.
So when they came back,
Egypt.
Yes, in Egypt. When they came back again to Nigeria, he now asked every one of us, "What would you like to do for a living?" Because he could see the stress in the face of every one of us. So I choose to run a school. So he gave me the money to start up the school. The approval of the school, he was part of it. Because he asked me to go and get land for the school. He gave me money for the land. He gave me some money for the approval. He released his car to go and do the approval. So it made the work of the school so fast for me, all because of our background. But by the grace of God, today in my family, nobody is disturbing anybody because everybody is financially settled.
Thank God. I thank God for you. And in all this, where's your mom?
My mommy died 2010.
Oh, and your dad?
My dad is still alive.
Your dad is still alive, Baba Soja?
Yes, he's still alive.
Baba Soja is still alive. And I hope people are taking care of him.
Yes.
Now. But it's very painful that your mom.
My mom
did not wait.
She did not wait. But she was the one that lost her life because during that period when the challenges was too high, instead of her to be calm, she went fighting for land. Oh. She went fighting for land. She bought a land in Edo State and they want to take the land from her. So she was saying, fighting. You know, people so desperate, they can kill, they can do anything to make sure they have what they want. Just to with sickness. That is what take her life because of that. Anytime I remember her, I always cry. Even in SS2, when the challenge was too much, I wanted to quit school because I became too tired. 35 naira, my father and my mother would be fighting because of 35 naira. So because of that, I said I want to quit. She was the one crying and held me to her chest that my daughter, I'm an illiterate. I did go to school. Will you also not go? You are a promising child. You must go. So she held me. I saw her tears and I decided to further my education. Hey. So by the grace of God today, she's part of my story.
Hey, of course, she has to be part of your story. It is well. It is and your story is quite touching. And I'll take it from you telling this generation, advising them about life and how they need to handle life, going by what you went through, because we use the experiences of our guests as a kind of motivation for this generation. So what would be your advice to them?
My advice to this generation is that no matter the challenge, no matter what happened in life, they should look away from their challenges and have a focus and be determined to be something in life, to focus on their goal, because every man has a dream. Nobody come empty into this world. We all come with something, a gift God have deposited in us, a gift. We are to discover those gifts, what we can do best, what we have joy in doing. As I said before, my junior brother asked me, what can you do better? I said, I'm a teacher, I would like to have a school. So he gave me money to start the school and get me money to buy the land we are using for school today. Why? Because that is where I have my joy. So if they know things, career they can focus on, things they can do that gives them joy, they should focus on it. They should pursue it with the whole of their heart and be determined. If they are focused and determined, because focus and determination is the mother of all what? Invention. So if they are determined and they are focused, they will surely get to their destination. As an eagle look very far, they will fly higher. If they know where they are going to, not looking on the peer group, because these days, this generation, they want to get it fast, they want to do it quickly. So because of that, they go into all sort of havoc, like Yahoo, all those things. But if somebody is determined and focus, he will surely get to his goal. So by the grace of God, how old am I today by his grace? That along the challenges of life, we lost 2 of our siblings, 2. So we are remaining 5. But every one of us, by the special grace of God, we are all settled.
Why? Because
we have been through it. So they should not let their situation or circumstances affect them. It has led some to depression. It has led some to do what they are not supposed to do, like stealing and do a form of havoc. But putting their trust in God, because if you have trust in God, you will never be put to shame. In all this achievement, one word I know is that every one of us know God. And when we know God, God will surely show you the secret of your wealth. Because it is God that owns the secret in his hand. So if we prayed and say, God, what should I do? This is what I love doing. Should I go into it? The way you will do it and how you will do it, God will surely reveal it.
If I allow you to continue, I see me just looking at your mouth. You must be an evangelist. You are very good. You are very good at really advising and putting smile on people's faces, because the way you talk. I like your story. I like your story because there's so much to learn from it. But you that went through the thing, you know what you went through. It's better now recounted than experienced.
Yes, ma'am.
It's better recounted than experienced. I can imagine. At 22, you were still in secondary school.
Yes, ma'am.
Wow, mommy of class.
I was having a very small stature, so nobody
people didn't know you.
Didn't know. I was even calling my juniors auntie and calling my junior one's brother.
I can imagine. Is it nursery and primary schools hire less qualified teachers to run their schools? Why is that school? Even from your own experience, you were a school cert holder, and then you were teaching in a school. Now that you also have your own school, why do private schools hire, or proprietaries and proprietors hire less qualified teachers?
It is not because they wanted, but because those certificated people doesn't want to work in a private school, because they believe they will not be paid to their satisfaction.
Of course.
So, as schools are, they can easily train them on their own. After training them, then they will now use them and encourage them, as I was encouraged, to go back to school.
Okay. It's about the pay,
it's
salary.
About the pay, the salary. It's about the pay and the salary. That is the reason.
And we had a recent case of a teacher abusing one of the pupils.
Yes,
and a lot of people believe that most private schools that are not that up to that level, that most teachers abuse their pupils. Why is that so? At such tender age of kindergarten, 4, 5 years, 6 years?
It's because those teachers are not trained. And apart from that, when you employ a teacher, you should tell the person, you give him a letter of acceptance that is accepted to work with you. Then you give him what you want, your rules, your do's and don'ts. So we have had cases like that.
And all that. That's what I mean.
In my school, my teachers know they don't beat. They always call me to come and beat myself. Why? Because with the economic situation, you don't know the child that have eaten. You don't know the one that have not eaten. They are not taking. Some parents will even run down to school. See them running to school. What happened? Ọmọ mi ò tí jẹun ní àtàárọ̀. So if a child tí ò tí jẹun látàárọ̀, the child is still hungry, you now take him because you are trying to learn. You teach that child, you begin to take him and build such a child. If anything happen to the child, we will bear the consequence. So because of that, in my school, there is no cane. And I always from time to time talk to my teachers to please be careful. We are aware of the economic situation. Apart from that, all the children need is to pray for them. The school should be home away from home, not home away to prison. No, or home away to bondage. When a school is home away from home, children are encouraged to always go to school. When there are some children in my school, when they leave, they don't want to go home. When they come to pick, they say, I'm not going, big auntie, I'm not going. They want to sleep in the school. Why? It's because they make the school convenient for them to be able to do what? To learn. And they see the teachers as what? As their parents. So because of that, they love the teachers, and the teachers love them too. With that heart and that mind, I don't think there will be any cause for alarm. It's just that we have to, from time to time, talk to our teachers to be able to avoid all those type of things, because sometimes really teaching is not easy. Teaching is stressful. Teaching is hard, as people may call it. They said, teacher, oh, easy. It is true. It is in those days they said teacher's reward is in heaven. Right now it's on earth. It's on earth, because anything you do, you get the pay. You repeat. That's what the word of God says. You definitely repeat. So because of that, one should be very, very careful on the way you treat the children. Because when you treat them well, you will just see that either the children, because I've seen a child who bought clothes for me at Lafenwa Market. I went there to buy things. He just said, that is my teacher. I was pricing clothes. He said, don't let her pay, don't let her pay. And he paid for me. If I did not do well, will he pay for my clothes? No. So these are some of the things I used to encourage my teachers at school, that they should please be careful the way they handle the children. They should make school home away from home and make the children love them. That nobody knows tomorrow. And we are like water. We don't know where it will flow to tomorrow. So because of that, one should be very, very careful, because they are the leaders of tomorrow. They are children today, leaders tomorrow. And anything we sow, we will reap it, whether directly or indirectly. That's it, man.
Thank you. So how are your children doing?
Oh, they are doing well.
And your husband too?
He's doing well too.
Okay. He's part of your school, Abby? No, he's on his own.
No, my husband is not in the country right now.
Oh, your husband is not in the country. Yes. Where is he?
He's in the Gambia.
Oh, the Gambia. Wow. You are across the sea wife and across the sea husband. Yes. Wow. Oh, you also went to hustle?
No, really. It went because of for ministry, for ministerial work.
Oh, okay, yes, okay. And here you are.
My story is not complete without mentioning the name of my husband, Pastor Bright Diamond Orumoh, because he was with me. He supported me at the initial stage when I started the school business. He was always there with me. In fact, taking the children, picking them, some of the children were coming from afar, using his car to carry the children to school. Also, when I was in school studying too, he was there for me, taking care of the children at home and making sure that the children are well taken care of before my arrival from school. And even at night, sometimes when the children are crying, he will be the one petting them. He will ask me to sleep, but I should not worry, he will take care of them. So he was so supportive by the grace of God and what I am today. I came out successful and having a good grade in my result. I know it was God. Because most times, even when I write exam, I'm always amazed when I come out in flying color and the type of grade I have when the result comes out. In fact, I'm always surprised, but I know it is not I, but God who have shown me mercy.
How do you cope without him?
We talked through phone.
Okay, you do video call?
Yes, we talked through phone.
Yeah. How long has he been away?
Traveled November 20th.
November of 2024.
Yes, of 2024. So
it's not quite long. It's not quite long.
Yes,
it is what?
What
type of music would you want me to play for the purpose of this program?
Ore Ọ̀fẹ́, Rotimi Keys.
Okay, can you sing?
Ore Ọ̀fẹ́ ṣá ni mo rí gbà o.
If it had not be for your mercy, àánú ṣá ni mo rí gbà. Oh, I love it also.
If it had not been for your grace, Ore Ọ̀fẹ́ ṣá ni mo rí gbà o. If it had not been for your mercy, àánú ṣá ni mo rí gbà. And you say, if it had not been for your grace, Ore Ọ̀fẹ́ ṣá ni mo rí gbà. If it had not been for your mercy, àánú ṣá ni mo rí gbà. Say it again, say, if it had not been for your grace, Ore Ọ̀fẹ́ ṣá ni mo rí gbà. If it had not been for your mercy, say If it hadn't been for your love, I understand me more river. Say if it had love, your grace, or your affection. If it hadn't been for your mercy, God.
Wow, what an interview, what a day. I love my guest too. I really love my guest. So that's it on today's edition of Feminine Scope on OGBC 90.5 FM. Again, I thank my guest for finding time to be with us, Mrs. Justina Orumoh, an educationist. Thank you so much once again.
Thank you, ma.
Let me also thank my producer, Temilade Tijani, assisted by Fumilayo Akintoye. I also thank Temitope Ugbeche, who facilitated my guest this morning. My studio manager is Femi Akinola. My name is Toyin Sogbesan, so you call me TS. Till next week, when we bring you another interesting woman and very strong at that, do enjoy your weekend and have a very beautiful morning.